Well,
Alexis, I get the feeling
Alexis.
you had, obviously it looks amicable, but you had like your divorce. Was it easy peasy? Was it like,
hell no.
hell's no?
Oh, no, because you're essentially paying someone two different parties who don't know anything about you. They don't know your history. They don't know your pillow talk. They don't know how you feel like you're gonna raise your kids. They don't know anything that you want to do together as co-parenting, as an umbrella of what you have for your family, your travel, your this, your that. So they go by regulations of a board or a metric, this rubric scale of slide this number in here, slide this number in here. This is what we've done because this is the law. So I was in a different position, obviously, because, there just because, right? We all know that. So it was a lot of, because I met Mari when we were 19. So it's been a lot of buildup of his wealth and our wealth together. We started off very young at this again. So like I look at it like, he could have gone to the left with his career or he could have gone to the right. But in the courts, they don't care if you're a girlfriend. They don't care if you've been put in some work and some blood, sweat, and hours and all that. If you don't have that piece of paper with your last name on there that says this was my wife or my husband, it don't count. You don't get benefits from the NBA. You don't get benefits from anything else. You got to get your own medical. You got to get your own this. You are still separate. So like, you could be with someone for so many years and get no benefits from it on paper. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was not amicable because you coming from a hurt space too. It's very instant. You're coming from embarrassment. You're coming from a place of like trying to figure out the future, because at the end of the day, a divorce is like death. You go through these different moods. So one day you could be mad at that person. The next day you could be sad. The next day you can have remorse. The next day you have just all these different issues. So whatever that lawyer is putting in front of you that day and you're making that decision, you're thinking about the lifelong dream now becoming a reality in real time, because this now is over. You plan to go on trips a year ahead. You plan on saving these things and your children going to this school and this, and this. That all is financial awareness and planning. So when it's now stripped and now been able to split, you're splitting banks, your accounts, you're splitting investments, you're splitting portfolios, you're splitting all these assets that would have collaborated, like, when you're collaborating with a net worth, now you're splitting it. Mm-hmm. It's horrible. It's horrifying. And it's splitting of the generational wealth. But at the end of the day, the beautiful blessing is, because we do have a family, we do have 4 children, we invested properly, and we also make sure our children are good, because at the end of the day, that's the focus. Mm-hmm. People start getting individual, well, he's not going to be in my house or the house that I put my money in. It shouldn't be about that. Are the kids safe? Is this where they go to school? Are there friends in the neighborhood? Is this the kind of car they should be driving because it's safer rather than, X, Y, and Z? So I look at it like this. You have to be careful who you lay with at the end of the day, because you have to be careful who you lay with at the end of the day, because a child is forever. You know what I mean? So that's who our priority are the children. What's best for them.
Exactly. So I know what you mean by like when the attorneys come through and they're just like, they don't know you personally. They don't know everything that you put in. They don't know the dynamics of the relationship. They're just going by the metric system. Did you two have to have a separate conversation? Be like, okay, your lawyer don't know me. He ain't fair. He finna get hit. You know what I mean? Yeah. Did you have to have?
And they're doing their job, and so is mine. So they'll put in stuff in your ear like, oh, you should do this, or in the opposing. Again, it's a battle, and it's the finale. You know what I mean? That's it. Once you sign on that dotted line, it's over. Right. And you can't go back and be like, oh, I made a mistake, or I was just playing. You know what I mean? No, it's setting standard because it has to be. It's a legal binding contract, and you have to adhere to it. You know what I mean? So it's a tough thing. That's why I don't recommend divorce to anybody. You splitting, and it's heartbreaking, but it has to happen.
Would you would have tried to rekindle, looking at it now, and made it work, instead of after going through that divorce? Would you have tried to fight a little harder to make it work?
Do y'all see this skin?
It looked like butter to me.
Okay, I'm
like
living my best. Let me just be real with y'all. Like with any breakup, okay? I'm glowing up. I'm glowing up. And this was all God's plan. And I am following my dreams. I would have been more distracted because I'm very much a hands-on wife.
Yep.
And so I was behind this God of a man on earth that everyone worships. And that's a lot of work. Okay. That's a lot of work behind the scenes, behind these doors. And we have kids, and we have y'all in comments, and we have everyone in our business, and we got family we got to take care of, and we got, okay, all these things. So that's a full-time job. So now it's different because I am learning my financial awareness for my household. I am grocery shopping for myself and my kids. I am planning and time managing my mental time and my doctor's appointments. And I'm looking out for Alexis and I'm happy. So this was all God's plan for me to not be in that situation because I am in love with Alexis. And now whoever gets all of this is getting a complete just work of art.
Baby,
you know what I'm saying?
You need to say it again. Tell the people you're a real wife and you're a good wife, bitch, you're working.
Yeah, I have no regrets. And somebody's about to get all these blessings. Like I said.
You're a good wife. You were clocked in. That shit work.
Yes.
Well, you were a good wife.
Yes, baby.
Come on, now you on the clock.
Baby. A good wife, that Proverbs woman, okay? I know who I am. These babies are graduating. These babies are clean. These babies are fed. They sleep good at night. They're in a beautiful neighborhood. We safe. Oh, baby, we good over here.
Let me just interject because I was having this conversation with somebody earlier today. They were talking about Cardi B and Stefan. What's his name? Stefan Diggs.
Oh yeah.
Somebody, it was a comment or something, and I had a conversation with somebody about the comment, like, oh, she left her husband just to go be on like somebody's roster type thing. And I said, wait a minute, wait now. Here's the thing, is it will look like that. It will look like, because she was a wife and a lot of people feel like that is the prize, and it is a prize. It is an honor. But it's also like, if your husband has a roster, why wouldn't you be in a better position if you just stopped being a wife and you got with somebody else? And yes, you're on his roster, but you're not a wife, because being a wife is so much. It's a lot. You have to do a lot. You have so much obligation. So much sacrifice, so much energy. I promise you, if Andre wasn't here, do you think I would so freely just become somebody else's wife again? Get the hell away from me, because absolutely not. I'm not ever going to love another person ever this much to give myself the way that I have given myself. And it is so serious. And if you're a good wife and you're a pregnant wife, and if you really take honor in that title, it's exhausting. So I'm sitting there like,
it is.
Okay, she's with this man and she might be on a roster or he could be on hers, but being a wife is exhausting. And if you're going to do all of that, like you don't want to be doing all that for your husband who got a roster. Get away from me.
Come on now. Yeah, it gets tiring. It's like they've been famously known to like have already been like try to be like put the divorce papers out there, right? Yeah. So she tired.
That was a toxic.
Toxic. Be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Move on.
Happy.
We only have one time at this life, y'all. One time.
Yeah,
that's it. I'm not gonna be miserable. I'm not gonna be
trying to make one-sided, trying to make something work, and you draining, you're doing all the wife duties, and they got a whole roster and barely.
That's not right. That's lopsided. That's not equally yoked.
It's not. But I'm very much for marriage, and I'd be looking at you and Amara and like, thank you. You know what I mean? I'd be like, thank you. I wish they could.
Well, we have moved past.
We put in half of 2 decades. We put in half, and guess what? He got me forever. He got me forever with these grandbabies because I'm gonna be there. He got me at every graduation. We were at graduation. Yeah, but somebody else can get all this goodness and this blessing, baby. Because I don't go back.
Sexy.
Yeah.
Look,
Go ahead, give him a little
Lex-
shake, Lex.
This is a diamond in the rough over here. You know,
listen, if y'all look at Lex is single and ready to mingle, you see that skin is glowing. Lex know how to cook. She know how to clean. She know how to be a fool.
I don't know. She kind of been feeling herself a little bit lately. I'm thinking she might already have a little something, a little somebody, a little.
She got a little
You got
something.
your little
She got a
yeah?
little something.
You got your little yeah or
possibly,
no?
possibly.
She got some. She got 3 in a possible.
Well, listen, I'm here. I'm here for Lex. You do.
Let's just say I'm happy. I'm good. Like I'm happy. I travel.
Free.
Everything is moving in my direction right now. I'm God's favor right now. Like I'm loving. Yeah, I'm where I need to be, like emotionally, physically, spiritually, financially. Like, you know, when it's a hard time from the bottom, but you know, if I would have known what I am feeling right now, then of course we would feel like, okay, I can get over it, whatever. But this is work in progress. This is a lot of work put in.
I mean, it was a lot. You healed through it,
and I'm still healing. I'm still going through it. You know, it's always something. You're right. Mm-hmm. It takes time,
but you look good, Lex.
Thank you.
Good.
I feel great.
Real glowing. Real glowy.
I need you to send me that routine that you're doing for that skin to keep on glowing away.
We can't send you that man, so it don't matter. She got somebody. She got somebody give her a glow.
We got to hear what the secret is to that glowing skin over there.
You know, drinking plenty of water and minding my business.
Amen.
Period.
That's it.